Good morning, guys. Staying here from Rocky Creek. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Got out here, we got some morning chores done. Just thought I'd take you along, let you kind of see where everybody's at right now. Somebody wants to come say hi. Say hi, Mater. You see the camera and you're all about it. I know. Good morning. So as you can see though, the Cornish cross are doing great. They've been out here on this grass now for a couple weeks. Really the only issue that I'm having, which honestly I'm thinking is, it's a good thing but it's a bad thing, is that they love being out on grass so much that I'm having the worst time getting them to go into their coop at night. I've been having to literally by hand put almost all of them in every night because they just want to lay all out in this grass, especially when the temperature starts to cool in the afternoon. They know they can go in the coop because, as you could see, they'll drink that entire water down almost every day. So they're definitely going in there to get their water. They just like being outside. So there's been 2 nights, I'll be honest with you, that I was trying to get them in, and they're at the size now where they're coming out about as fast as I could get them in. And so there's been 2 nights I did not get them in the coop. And I just relied on the Premier One poultry fencing to do its job. And fortunately so far, it's working. But I'm gonna have to get back on trying to get them in, and I may have to get Mrs. Rocky Creek to come out and help me or something, because that second layer of protection of the coop I feel like is gonna be important. But one of our big goals today, I don't know if you can see it back there, is we have our large in-ground garden. The seedlings are doing fantastic, which I'll show you here after a little bit, but I want to get the garden covered and maybe even get the fence around it, so when those seedlings are ready to hit the actual ground, we'll be ready to rock and roll. So let me go inside, let me spend a little bit of morning time with the family, get changed up, because this is not my clothes for today. This is just, I woke up, threw a sweatshirt on and came out here to get the job done, and we'll be back out here in just a second to get to work on some rest of the stuff. All right guys, so it's time to chip away at the big goal, and that's to get the garden set up, at least the ground cover and maybe the fencing, depending on how we're doing with time. So I got my leftover ground cover from last year. This was actually 2 different brands of ground cover. You can see this one right here with the orange stripes. This actually came from growersolutions.com. And then I have this one here with the red, white, and blue stripes. And honestly, I'm gonna have to go back through my emails and see where I bought this one from. But between the 2, I actually think I like this one better. The biggest reason why is that it seems like it's thicker, and it seems like it held up much better throughout the year than what the one from Grower Solution did. And this, they both cost the same, but wherever I ordered this one from, which I'll drop that down once I look through my email again, this one had free shipping, where that one was actually kind of high for shipping. I've got all my stakes that I pulled up from last year, and actually reusing these actually works a little bit better, because when they get a little rough like this, it actually gives a little more bite in the fabric and will help keep it down. And I just use, it's kind of bad looking because it's been out in the elements for a year, but I just use a cheap old dead blow hammer that's like rubber coated, that I got from Harbor Freight for like 10 bucks. So we'll use that to pound them in so we don't bend them all up. So first, before I can get it spread out, we had a terrible windstorm over the course of 2 days, and it's blown a bunch of limbs out here and stuff. So I'm just gonna do a little quick cleanup, and then we're gonna start unrolling this thing, and it's gonna be kind of like a puzzle because I didn't put it back in a certain way. So, but we'll get it all laid back out there, and we'll show you what it looks like. So it's taken a whole lot longer than we expected. Yeah, I probably should have numbered these or labeled them somehow, because it's really just a giant puzzle. And we were gonna time lapse put it together, but we're probably gonna be here all daggone day. But nonetheless, we're figuring it out little by little. The biggest thing with these ground covers is you gotta do a pretty good overlap. You can't put these right to the edge, because weeds will figure out a way to come through. So I've been giving most of it about a 6 to 8 inch overlap, and where you see the coloring on the fabric, that tends to be a reinforced spot with it. So when you run your staples in, you want to try to have it straddle those lines so that when the wind catches it, it has more strength in those positions. Now our other big hurdle is that our ground is pretty rocky, and even though I got a lot of surface rocks off, we have to just keep working our way, and sometimes I got to adjust accordingly. But it's a whole lot better than having to weed it by hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep working through it, and I'll show you the finished product if and when I ever finally figure out the puzzle. That is not a majestic unicorn. That is actually Mrs. Rocky Creek getting her feet and hands dirty out here on the homestead. I tell you what, guys, it's hot. None of it's going the way that I had planned for it to, but you know what? We're gonna get it done and we're gonna have a garden. Just makes when it comes time for harvest, all the more worth it. So we've been at it for a couple hours now, and you can see we've gotten this first half done, almost to the big section, and I'm pretty sure most of these pieces are not where they were last time, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have some ground covered down and we're gonna have a garden. I'm gonna hydrate up and let's keep grinding it out. Well, you guys, hopefully you can see it all back there, but I've gotten it all completely covered with the exception of I do have these two little rows here, and I'm not really sure what happened. I don't know if when I tilled this year, you know, I got a little bit wider and therefore I lost some fabric, or I'm kind of wondering, I said we had those 2 days of really bad windstorms, and I'm kind of wondering if I may have had a small piece here or there blow away, because I did find some of our stuff way over into the wood line after that storm had happened. So I'm not really sure, but the good thing is that I'll just buy a small, that's probably only about 50 feet worth, so I can get a small inexpensive roll just to hit that up. Now I'm pretty sure this is not even close to how I had it set up last year. Some of the spots are going to be fine where they're at for what I plan to plant this year, but some of the spots I'm gonna have to kind of patch and create new spots for the stuff in particular, but that won't be a big deal. But I can tell you right now, guys, there's no way I'm getting the fence up today. I'm filthy. That stunk. There's no better way to say it. It wore me out. My knees are hurting. It seemed like the more tired I got, the more rock I was hitting, the more frustrated I got. And you know, I try to keep my videos around 15 minutes or less, just so that it's not completely boring you to death. But I've been out here for hours trying to get this done, for the most part by myself. Mrs. Rocky Creek was out here for a little bit. That was just briefly because little man was taking a nap, and of course it wasn't no time at all, he was awake. So it's hot, my daughter has a friend over. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna get a shower and I'm gonna relax a little bit. But until then, guys, I'm gonna close out this video by letting you see one of our seed trays that has already sprouted, which I'll throw up here in just a second. But until then, guys, I hope all y'all are doing well. Not every part of homesteading is fun. Some of it is indeed very hard work, but what we're gonna get out of this and the rewards are gonna be worth it. So, hey guys, hope you already got your garden started. Send me pictures. Message me what you got going on at your garden. I love to see what you have going on. I love getting messages from you guys. Appreciate y'all's support. Y'all take care. And as always, we'll see you here real soon on our next episode. Bye, guys.